They made
weird
the
guy.
freakiest music videos back in the day.
Yeah!
Dude, I couldn't watch them. I was at first, like when I was so
Yeah.
young, that I just would change the channel.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch them.
Yeah.
Then Paula Abdul would come on, and she'd be dancing with that cat. And
It ain't fiction, it's a natural.
Scat Cat was his name, I do believe.
I cannot stand that damn cat, Paula Abdul.
Wait, but Scat Cat went on to do an amazing career in Last Action Hero. He played the cat in the...
Until his downfall with heroin. Welcome to Table Talk, you guys. The show where we take your
Real
topics
Scat Cat
from
just
Twitter.
shit on people.
Hashtag Table Talk and Reddit.
for money.
I think that exists.
Oh, boy.
Okay, now you can do the beginning.
Welcome to Table Talk, where we take your topics from Twitter, r/SourceFed, and hashtag Table Talk. My brain just broke. I'm Ross Everett.
I'm Joe Beretta.
I'm Steve Zaragoza.
How
And
about we just jump right in?
Jump
let's
in.
do it. Let's
Get in there.
Jump in, the water's fine. It's just a pool joke.
Okay. All right.
It's just rubbing alcohol. It's just rubbing alcohol.
You're like playing the character that coat just screams.
He's got PTSD. His leg is gone.
I had an old sandwich yesterday. Made me see Jesus. Whoa!
This is our life.
This one comes from Oniron, who says, "Who would you have, dead or alive, score the soundtrack of your life?"
Oh man, John Williams, boom, done. In a second. I feel like because they're iconic, they're amazing. They elicit emotion, and I would love to go to the Hollywood Bowl some night and just sit and listen to the Ballad of Joe.
You know what I think about? I think about how John Williams is amazing, and I think about how the actor, I can't think of his name, but the actor who was Short Round in Temple of Doom, who was also in Goonies, and he was in a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
He has his own theme. He has Short Round's theme, like Jerry Goldsmith. The reason why I say Jerry, we'll get back to that in a second. I'm farting in my brain right now. John Williams
Well, you're
likes
doing
to,
it everywhere else.
It's weird because like we don't have like individual characters' themes anymore, and John Williams used to make themes for like all the characters, like Princess Leia's themes,
Really?
Luke's theme, Marion's theme in Raiders,
Just
all that
iconic
stuff.
compositions
You have your
for
own
people
theme.
in everything. I do have one.
Joe Beretta, the manliest guy in the world. I thought it was Guy.
Buy my
was
poster.
Oh, I was about to totally hawk your poster. Get this sweet poster of Joe and a
Can we
weird
just
I am
superimpose
portal
Joe's poster over each of those?
Yeah.
Keep going on
Yeah.
about John Williams. Though. What
Well,
were you gonna say? The themes are amazing.
yeah,
I mean, that's
no,
why
absolutely.
that's why we all know like the Jaws theme. And we know all the Star Wars music. It's because they're embedded in our brains because they're part of the characters of the movie. They become the characters of the movie.
Yeah, it's when you hear
Yeah.
it, you just picture that character.
Yeah, exactly.
What iconic
bum,
Darth Vader.
Well, that's the Imperial March.
Imperial
It's the
March.
theme
But you
at
still
the
think
end
of
part.
Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
and there are just like hordes of I was gonna call them Skywalkers, hordes of stormtroopers just walking through.
But the Cantina Band song, like everything.
Yeah.
That you guys are only
Yoda's song,
pulling from
Yoda's-
Star Wars.
Oh no, we got Jaws. I mean, we can go E.T.
Yeah, E.T.
Okay.
Yeah. Yoda's theme is.
His lips don't move when he does
I just
it.
like it.
I'm
I just start
a
levitating.
Well, okay, so I'm a big score nerd. I'm a closet score nerd. I don't really talk much about it. I've got a massive collection of
It's weird that that's what you're in the
No
closet
big deal.
about.
I
There's
know,
so
right?
many other things that you
like
should
movie
think.
music.
Well, the reason why is because I even have like the complete Mouse Hunt score. So, we won't talk about that.
Who just scored
I want
Mouse
to say it
Hunt?
was Silvestri. Was it Silvestri? If Owen were here, he could tell me. He could correct me. It's probably not Silvestri. But my favorite composer of all time, love John Williams. My favorite composer of all time is Jerry Goldsmith.
Also good.
He scored all of Joe Dante's movies. When I was a kid, now this is insane. I can't remember how old I was. It was when Gremlins 2 came out. All I wanted for Christmas was the Gremlins 2 soundtrack. Because I just loved the music so much. It's so quirky and weird, and it's just that dun 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 dun.
That
The
song's
Gremlins
great,
theme.
yeah.
It's so good.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding,
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
Jerry Goldsmith, if you watch all of Joe Dante's
Russ,
movies,
isn't that a lot?
I was born in '87, you guys. Like,
yeah. Well,
like,
so I was born in '82, but all these movies,
you were
a lot of
old
these
enough
movies-
when that came out that you could pay attention to
Gremlins
music.
2
Where
came
I
out-
was just like, I don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
feed
But
anything.
but it's
after
that whole
midnight.
like it's the same thing with the John Williams conversation. It makes me think of the Gremlins, and when I
Yeah,
think of the
yeah.
Gremlins, I think of that song.
Yeah.
It's like it's connected to him like the names are.
And which brings us to a point before you get to who's
No,
going to score
please,
your
do
life,
your
which
thing.
is the composers, like, they're not doing these amazing themes anymore. Like, I want to say that's the thing. The last amazing iconic theme that sticks
What
in
are
your
you
head
gonna say,
is
Forrest Gump?
probably I was gonna say Forrest Gump is up there, but maybe Harry Potter, maybe, and that's
Maybe.
John
Oh
Williams.
yeah.
And like if you take all the old school composers out of the equation, now we have like our who's the guy that scores all of JJ's stuff? Michael Giacchino. So Michael Giacchino's great, and I love his music, but he doesn't have like big themes. Like, can you think of any JJ movie where you're whistling the
No,
tunes?
no. But I think I think that has something to do with the way movies have gone in the last 20 years.
yeah.
Where back in the, I would say mid 90s prior, music was a more important part.
Yeah.
And since then, and why it isn't as important now is because visuals have become the thing. We sell
You're right,
movies off of
visuals-
special
you're right,
effects.
yeah.
Well, the money is going there, and you're sitting there watching big ass Transformers fight each other, as opposed to like listening to the movie.
But it's so
You know?
important, like that. Like, people don't realize the score is such an important part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you took the music out of like any of your favorite films, it would not be a
No, they'd be
watchable
awful.
movie.
You would actually feel like they were more amateur.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that there is a lot of thought process that goes into scoring, like John Williams has a scoring process that's very intricate, very amazing, and interesting that we can't get into because it would take up the entire episode. But like you follow the characters, you get to know the characters, you're watching the film. Think about John Williams watching Star Wars for the first time. He's watching a very rough edit, trying to get an idea of what the themes are going to sound like, and then you have to watch it over and over and over and over again until you get like, oh, that's Luke's theme. Oh, that's that's Darth Vader's theme. That's the Imperial March. And then you kind of have this kind of, and then you even have like notation and chords and time signatures, and they all react to what's happening on the screen.
And they have to. And a lot of people don't know. They have to direct. They have to.
Yeah.
The orchestra. The conductor has to conduct to the movie.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there watching the movie, and the conductor is watching the key moments in the movie and stuff, and that's how they score.
Yeah.
It. It's amazing. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
cool.
like
Danny Elfman also.
Oh,
really
Danny
good.
Elfman's fantastic. Love Danny Elfman. But I feel like
Spider
he's
Pig. Spider Pig. I'm
dare you.
contributing. I'm contributing.
All right, Ross. Who would score your movie?
Who did Space Jam?
So the Quad
that was-
City DJs.
Yeah.
Mozart.
Who did it? Who says the bunny can't play above the rim?
Man, that movie. Some movies
Are you
hold
talking
up.
about the soundtrack?
That movie does not.
No.
Space Jam is balls.
Best
man. It's
soundtrack
too
of
bad.
You know
all
what? I
time.
haven't seen it since I was a kid.
It's bad. Okay, moving on. That was
Michael
fun.
Jordan
That was
plays
fun.
baseball on it.
Okay. Ooh, this will be fun, I think. Dale Keller at Fat Turtle 13 says, with Halloween just around the corner, what is the scariest thing that has happened to you? Hashtag
the
table talk.
scariest thing that's happened to me?
Scariest thing
Spooky.
that has happened to you.
Well, like, as in, like, near death or
I don't
something?
know. Like,
I don't
what
know,
can
like,
you look back
what-
where you were like,
what
it
scared
freaked
you?
me out?
I don't know. I get scared so easily. I'm scared on a daily basis of everything.
Like, is there
So
any
it's
moment,
tough
like, in
to-
your childhood that you're afraid of the dark, you were left home alone?
Yeah,
or
you know,
something like that?
I had moments where I'd have nightmares about the like my mom would take us to Mervyn's where she would shop, and you know, you didn't go to school yet, so like you were too young to
Yeah.
like stay home or whatever. So when my mom would go to Mervyn's, I would be fucking terrified of the mannequins. The mannequins.
I think that could be a legit fear.
Yeah.
It's terrifying because they're just like these lifeless things standing there, and then you turn your head, and then when you look back, they're like in a different position or something.
Those
Well,
are
those are
mannequins.
haunted.
Where are
though,
you?
Yeah.
Or like there's a little, but I mean like your mind is playing tricks on you. That's what's
Yeah.
happening in your mind. Like one winks at you or something. Obviously it
Did
didn't.
the first episode of Doctor Who with Billy Piper, did that freak
It,
you
it
out?
got me, man.
That first episode of Doctor Who almost made me never watch anymore.
It's
Doctor
pretty
Who.
cheesy.
It's not. Yeah.
cheesy.
No,
It's
it's
a bad
not
one.
good.
It's cheesy,
But I've
yeah.
since stuck with it. It's really good. At what point in your life did you go from these mannequins terrify me to I don't know why they're sexually intriguing?
When the mannequins started getting
like
double
13
D breasts.
Wait a minute.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like, Steve, it's time to go. No, wait. She's changing the mannequin.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
Hold on a
changing the
second.
mannequin.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You're just like, slower.
The even weirder thing is when when you see just the torso ones
Yeah,
that are
without
just
the
legs.
head?
No, it's just butt and legs with
Yeah.
like really tight pants on, and you're like, if I cover the part with the missing body, I'm like, that's a pretty hot ass. But I'm like, this is a disembodied like.
What am I? What am I
Yeah.
doing with my life?
And the guy that has to load those back in the truck, like, does he ever like late
goes,
at night
"Yep.
just think about it?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, what does he do? What does he do? There's
Keeps
gotta be
one.
one that's a little worn down in the
boy.
crotch area.
He just grinds
Why
on
not?
it all
Oh
night.
yeah, these
Games
pants
it.
are gonna be on someone someday.
Table talk. Do you have a specific scary
Like
moment in your life?
a horrifying moment. I don't get scared easily, so I have a moment where I was not scared, but I was supposed to be. Like if you go to Halloween Horror Nights or Not Scary Farm or wherever.
I heard
else
the
they
Not
do
Scary
that.
Farm is actually kind of creepy.
You know what?
No,
It's not.
so I
Really?
went to
Ah.
it. They hire those actors that go around in the costumes, and I think just before I went, seen like a casting call that like, we're hiring these actors. So in my mind, I'm just like, well, you're
Bunch of
getting paid.
actors.
You would rather be on, some sitcom on Fox, all that stuff. So I went in there, and I'm a bigger guy, and they were not approaching me or trying to scare me whatsoever. But everyone I was with was getting like horrified and scared and jump scared, and so I was just waiting for them to try and get me, but
Nobody
they
wants
wouldn't.
to scare me.
So we're going through the mazes, and people are like, Ross, like, what's your problem? And I was like, well, like, no one's trying to scare me. And I was talking about how, like, I feel like I'm just like too on alert looking for it, so that even when they do try and jump out at me, I'm not affected. And I was like, look, even if you go around a corner like low, they won't even be expecting you. So I did it, and I went around a corner low and right into the crotch of one of the monsters. And he goes, "Get off me, faggot!"
What? Are you serious? Are you serious?
That's a direct quote from
Yeah,
a Knott's Berry Monster.
From a Knott's Berry Monster.
Whoa!
And I was like,
Wow.
I'm sorry. Like, I just like apologized, and I went sadly through the rest of the maze.
That
And then
guy broke character, and it's also the most insensitive
Yeah.
person on
There's
earth.
nothing more scary than a bigot.
yeah, they did an actor.
He wasn't even dressed like a monster.
Yeah.
He was just dressed like this, like with a jacket.
It was
Get off of me,
Steve.
Frank.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Wow.
gonna say it.
I felt like I could say it because it was quoting
Yeah,
someone
sure,
else.
sure.
But yeah, and then there was like another guy that like when he saw people that like weren't getting scared, he would hold up a sign that said "loser" and he held it up and he like pointed at me and I was
wow.
like, but in turn like I was not socially accepted, which is my greatest fear. So congratulations, Not Scary
out.
Wait,
Farm.
you know
Yeah.
what I hear though? I hear that if you look like you're not scared, or if you look like you're just kind of like walking through, like they won't even bother with you.
Yeah.
But if you're like covering your ears or like going like this,
Yeah,
they're
It's
because
gonna-
about
they go for
immersing
the easy
yourself in the
scare.
situation.
Yeah,
You gotta have fun.
But all I kept seeing was like, oh man, you probably have your headshot and resume in your back pocket right now. Like if
And my
I'm a-
head in your
yeah.
crotch.
yeah, like, just in case like Gene Siskel walks by. Or, like, here's my.
It is Halloween. If Gene Siskel walks by, I'm terrified.
No, he's dead.
I think I've told it before, Steve. Did I tell you guys about the time? Because I was terrified of haunted houses. The time I went in as a kid with my mom for the first time.
No.
Okay, so not many things scare me either, but as a kid, haunted houses freaked me out. Like at the local fairs and carnivals and stuff, I couldn't go in them at all. So my little brother and sister could. So one year, I'm like 5 or 6. My little brother and sister go through like 3 times. They're having the time of their lives. And I'm like, screw it. I'm a old boy. I'm a big old boy. I'm gonna go in, but mommy, will you go with me? So I go in with my mom. She's finally like, "Are you sure? You sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yes." I go, "You go first." So she holds my hand, and you know how they all work. You step in, and then lights flash. You step on the ground. You hear those loud rings and stuff like that. Classic scary haunted house. So we go in. Immediately when we go in, and the lights go off, and there's the first flash. My mom's in front of me. I go, "Ah!" And I bite my mom's butt, and I latch into her. I'm talking like mouthful of mom butt.
It's like
I'm
when
biting down as hard as I can. And she's going, "Stop it!" And she's hitting me. I don't let go for the entire time. I go through the entire house on my mom's ass. So I'm biting her for 10 minutes, and I don't let go until we get to fresh air on the other side. Legitimate flesh wound, I think.
You're like a baby sloth, like digging his nails into his mouth to like
I was
crawl up the street.
eyes closed. Can we get some cotton candy?
You were just playing it up in the inside.
You've heard of these black box haunted houses where
That's
they are
racist.
allowed
Let's go to the next
touch you. No, they're allowed to touch you in them.
You
And there's
sign like a contract, and it's like they're allowed to grab you and pull you.
Where's that?
Neil Patrick Harris said it's the scariest thing he's ever done. It might be down in Anaheim.
They get worse. My friend works
Wow,
on
I
the
don't
show
know if I
Making
do that.
Monsters on Travel Channel, and that's all about this company that makes all the cool like prosthetics and big
Oh, cool.
things for haunted houses and stuff like that in movies. And one of the episodes was about one of those things, and it gets worse than just touching. They can like grab you and put you in like a water torture type chamber for like
Terrifying.
2 hours or whatever. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's crazy.
Well, there's a camping version of that where you go camp out and they say at some point during the night they are going to take you out of your tent. That will happen, which I thought is the perfect time to murder someone.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking, oh, it's all part of the bit until the knife comes
Yeah, and they
down.
don't don't kill me. Yeah, they're not gonna struggle.
Yeah,
It's the best.
no, they think it's a
45-year-old Joe is just biting his wife's ass.
I like that. Okay, Adam0608. We'll just do one more because this is a long one probably. Adam0608 on Reddit says, "Have you ever walked in on someone having sex or naked?" I've never walked in on anyone having sex.
I have walked in on someone having sex. I've probably walked in on someone naked. I mean, I've tried enough.
Yeah, like I think I walked in on.
Damn it.
Not today. Oh, this one's locked.
I did
Just
walk in
going
on
door
someone
to
having
door.
sex. I was at my cousin's birthday party.
Ooh.
And like they're like, it's time to cut the cake. Where's S? And I'm like, oh, let me see if I can go find him. And I walk up and I go, hello. And I walk in, there's just a girl on top of him. And I'm like,
Happy birthday.
Wait, how
cake,
old were you?
Cake is happening. Like I still
Wait,
deliver
when
the
I
message.
think cousin's birthday party, I'm thinking
No, I
like
was
12-year-old.
No, I was. It was in my like late teens, early 20s. I was
Okay.
in college.
Okay, all right.
Home from college for his birthday. He was also. He's like the same age as me.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just
by the
Don't
way,
forget to give him some birthday spankings.
yeah. I was like, you're busy.
By the way,
but-
where do I put the gift? Is there a table or?
At the same time, I was like, we're not gonna have cake for like another 15 minutes now. Like,
dude,
some cake.
hurry it up, fake it, bro. Let's do this.
I walked when I was a kid. I used to do this thing called crewing, and crewing is where you would go door to door and get people to subscribe to your local newspaper, and we get some
YouTube
like,
channel?
money for it. Yeah. So
We're about to do
I was
that.
like 8, 9 years old or something like that, and that's what they would do. They'd get these kids to do it, and our cute little faces would sell
They
newspaper
get you.
subscriptions, right?
That's why the Girl
I made some
Scouts
money.
work
I made
so
some
well.
cash. and
no,
everything.
I did that too, but I would stand outside of the Whole Foods and
Oh, yeah.
be like, excuse me,
Their
sir.
payment system was weird. They wouldn't pay you. This is tangent upon tangent.
Yeah.
They wouldn't pay you per subscription. What they would do is like they'd make it fun for these kids, so they'd have these stacks of like scratch off lottery ticket type things, right? And so if I sold like 3 that night, they would give me 3 of them, and you'd just scratch it off, and it was all a chance. So it'd be like, oh, $3, $25 for that one. Maybe I'll get the 100. Like it was really weird.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways,
Kind of a
moving on.
scam, huh?
That
Yeah, a
wasn't a
little bit.
scam. I mean, I for a little kid, I was making 100. I'd go out once or twice a week, and I was making a couple $100 a month.
Oh, that's not
It was
bad
pretty
for a kid.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I felt like a millionaire.
Child labor is hilarious.
But one of the things that sticks in my mind is like the first naked people that I saw. This is gonna be a very underwhelming story. But I walk up to an apartment complex and I knock, and I think I hear stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, nobody's there. Knock again. I'm like, I'm a cute-faced kid. I got dimples. I'm gonna sell you some newspapers. And nobody's coming. And then I look down to my left, and it's one of those. It's got like a sub basement, and you can see the little the window in ground level. And I look over, and there's just this naked guy, butt naked guy, just simmering bacon. All I see is an ass, and then I ring the doorbell, and he goes, whoop!
Can't I cook bacon in the nude without being interrupted? That's hilarious.
It's burned in my memory. I can't get it. I know where I was standing. I look down. I see man, butt, slimmer.
Here's a question that might be uncomfortable for you guys to answer.
Which, by the way, I had to do that after school. So he was simmering butt naked at like 6 p.m.
Man, a look
Maybe
into
he
the
was
future,
hoping
huh?
someone would knock on the door and see him simmering. This look good to you? This look nice and
It just happened to be a 9-year-old kid.
What do you bet I'm gonna do with this bacon grease when I'm done, boy?
I don't understand this.
This is Montana too.
Yeah.
That makes the story that much richer.
I'm gonna ask you guys an uncomfortable question, or maybe not. But have you ever, because it happens in the movies, it happens even in cartoons or whatever. Have you ever stumbled upon like someone changing, like in their window, like when you're walking by somewhere, or like the old oh, there's a girl changing. Blah, 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 blah.
No, but man, I'd be
No.
lying if I said I didn't walk by every house when I was a teenager hoping to
Hoping.
see that.
Yeah.
Like all the like it's like Ross looking for like the sex room.
This sex room.
Yeah.
I had one instance where like my neighbors across the street had a real open door policy with me. Like I would just walk in, like they had kids my age, so I would just come in right through their garage and we'd hang out. And one morning I came in and his mom was getting out of the shower and like was like, oh shit, Ross, and like covered up and went back. But like that,
You saw his
I
mom
saw
naked.
his mom totally naked.
Was that like the best day of your life? Or?
Did you
Yes,
tell
it
him?
was. No, but at the
Did you
same
tell
time,
him right now?
This is I doubt. he
Give
watches
everyone his
this.
name and address.
But I, at the same time, like this kid, his parents got him a subscription to Playboy when he was younger.
Oh,
He was
so they were
watching
hippies.
Showgirls. Not even hippies. They were just like their theory was
Open.
he's gonna watch it anyway. But still,
so
I
what
felt
did that
like
do to him though? Did that make him like super sexualized?
he was really cool. He was really cool. I think it just kind of maybe sensitized him to it, and he just had he never had a problem getting girls or any of that stuff. So like
You know, that's the thing. Like,
The
so
world of the feminine mystique was not a taboo to him. The
yeah.
world of sex
So
was
he's just like
normal.
whatever. There
Yeah.
was nothing that they had that he hadn't seen before.
See, I don't want to be a dad. I'm like, I don't want to be a dad. I don't want kids.
Period.
But I have this idea that, like, if I have a kid, what would happen if you raised that kid speaking to them like an adult from day one, never doing the, like, oh, my baby.
That's what I do
Michael
with Hayden.
Jackson.
But then, like, also being like, dude, let's watch Predator when he's, like, 3 years old or something. Come on, let's do this. Or, like, trying to do, like, don't treat him like a baby or a kid. Like, just,
I think there are certain levels. There's certain you gotta follow some lines. So I talk to my daughter like an adult all the time, and we always have, and I feel like she's super intelligent because of
Yeah.
that and super mature. But I'm not letting her watch Predator, and that isn't like she can't. No, it is because she can't handle it, dude. I slept walk for 10 freaking years because I
Yeah.
saw Child's Play. There's
Yeah.
certain things. There are levels of. Raising a child that I think you do need to adhere
Okay,
to.
all right. Well,
But
you don't
treating
wanna
them like
check-
I do
yeah.
believe you treat them like an adult, or at least talk to them like an adult. But emotionally, you also have levels.
You have to
You don't wanna scar
understand
them
where
for
they
life.
are
Yeah.
progressively,
Yep.
like in their
That
development.
makes
Because there's
sense.
certain things they're not going to understand at such a young age, and that's including sex, which I'm going to be very open and liberal about when educating my kids. But violence and that world of make believe can really mess them up.
Yep.
A lot.
I agree. To me, like, I did get really messed up off the world of make-believe and creatures and monsters and stuff. And even to this day, I kind of go like, what was that shadow? But I think it makes me more creative. I don't know. It makes me think that way.
Your
which is kinda
imagination is probably your worst enemy and best friend.
cool. Yeah.
And that's gonna do it for us this week, you guys. Please don't forget to submit your topics to Twitter at #TableTalk and on Reddit at r/SourceFed. I've been Ross Everett.
I'm still Joe Beretta.
I am currently... Yes, I'm Steve Zaragoza.
Oh, good. We're all
Have a good night.
So bull.
You get it? There's nothing in here but topics. It's paper. Like, are you kidding me? Like as if there was liquid in there or something.